We paid off our 30-year mortgage in just under 12 years, without inheritance, without winning the lottery, and without making six figures. I know what you're thinking. That sounds impossible, unrealistic, maybe even a little clickbaity. But I promise you, everything I'm about to tell you is real, simple, and, most importantly, doable. We were just like many other families, average income, a mountain of bills, and a mortgage that felt like a forever shadow. But one decision changed everything. So how did we crush our mortgage 2 decades early? Let's rewind and start at the very beginning. When we bought our home, we were in our early 30s with 2 small kids and 1 modest income. We had dreams of stability and a future we could call our own. But when we signed that 30-year loan agreement, reality hit. The payments weren't just financial, they were emotional. Every month, that house payment felt like a chain, one we couldn't break for decades. And like many, we assumed this was just normal. That debt was the price of adulthood, that owning a home meant being owned by your mortgage. But deep down, something felt wrong. Why should we wait until retirement to finally feel free? Our mindset started to shift after a very specific moment. One night we sat down and looked at our finances. We realized that over the life of the loan, we were set to pay more than double the actual cost of the house, just in interest. That was the gut punch. I turned to my partner and said, "We're literally renting from the bank. For 30 years. It wasn't anger. It was clarity. That night, we made a promise. We were going to treat this mortgage like an emergency, not a slow drip, a fire to put out. It wouldn't be easy, but if we could shave off even a few years, we'd win back our time, our money, and our peace of mind." Here's the plan we followed, broken down step by step. Some of these things were small, but together, they added up to something huge. Budgeting like our future depended on it. We tracked every dollar, not to be miserable, but to gain clarity. We cut invisible leaks, unused subscriptions, impulse buying, eating out constantly. We created what we called our extra payment fund. Every $10, $50, or $200 we saved each month, it went toward the principal. Bi-weekly payments. This trick works. Instead of paying once a month, we switched to bi-weekly payments. That meant 26 half payments instead of 12 full ones, which adds up to 1 extra mortgage payment a year. That small change alone shaved 4 to 5 years off our loan. Side hustles, even tiny ones. No, we didn't start a $1 million business, but we did take up small income earners, selling crafts online, dog sitting, tutoring. Every extra dollar, straight to the mortgage. It wasn't glamorous, but every side hustle felt like a brick chipped away from our debt wall. Living way below, our means. We didn't upgrade our phones every year. We didn't buy new cars. We lived like we still had debt, even when things got more comfortable, because we knew freedom would taste better than any luxury. Lump sum windfalls tax refund, bonus, rebate, straight to the mortgage. We trained ourselves not to celebrate with spending, but with progress. And over the years, those windfalls made a massive dent. Debt snowball versus avalanche. We used a blend of both. First, we cleared small debts to build momentum, snowball. Then tackled higher interest items, avalanche. With fewer monthly obligations, we funneled more into the house. Of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing. We had unexpected medical bills, a job loss, a family emergency that drained our savings. At one point, we even paused our extra payments for nearly 8 months. It was frustrating, discouraging. We questioned whether this goal was too extreme. But we reminded ourselves, slowing down isn't quitting. We kept our eyes on the bigger picture. And even during those tough seasons, we made it a point to come back stronger when we could. That's the real secret. Not perfection, but persistence. When we finally made that last payment, We didn't scream or pop champagne. We sat on the couch, looked at each other, and cried. It was quiet, peaceful, profound. Because we knew, for the first time in our adult lives, we didn't owe anyone anything. No more 15th of the month stress. No more fear of losing the house. Just pure ownership. Being mortgage-free changed everything. We had breathing room in our budget. We built an emergency fund that actually felt safe. We could travel without guilt. We even started helping our kids with their futures. But more than the money, it gave us a sense of emotional security. We no longer felt like we were living on a financial cliff. If you're just starting your mortgage or stuck halfway through, here's what we want you to know. Start small. One extra payment a year makes a huge difference. Budget with intention. Your money needs a plan. Choose freedom over trends. You don't have to keep up. Celebrate milestones, even little ones. Remember, slow is still forward. You don't need to be rich. You just need to be consistent. For so long, we thought debt was normal. But now we know freedom is possible. It's not about the house. It's about reclaiming your life. The earlier you take control, the sooner you'll sleep better, stress less, and live more. Paying off your mortgage early might not be easy, but it's worth it. Every single step. If this story inspired you or gave you a few ideas to start your own journey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Drop your questions or story in the comments. We read everyone, and you might help someone else feel less alone on this path. Your freedom is possible, and it starts today.